Y'all thought Kaguya was gonna make minced meat out of Vegeta? Nope. Hit that PayPal link, buckle up, because the season finale is absolutely unhinged.
The rabbit goddess is absolutely furious. No mortal has ever dared to look at the progenitor of all chakra with such a casually mocking smirk. But the prince doesn't see a final boss. He just sees a giant, glowing ticket back to the Dragon Ball universe. Infuriated by his smile, she activates her ultimate trump card, violently shifting reality itself to trap them in a literal torture chamber. Welcome to the super gravity dimension. A realm designed to instantly paralyze and crush any intruder under an insurmountable, planetary weight. The elite prodigy is instantly pinned to the dirt like an insect, completely stripped of all his ninja dignity in a microsecond. Even the Kazekage's absolute defense fails. Gravity is a universal law, and right now, Kaguya is the ultimate judge. The patriarch of the Hyuga clan is completely helpless. The legendary shinobi are officially reduced to groveling spectators in a cosmic war. She has them exactly where she wants them. Pinned to the floor, waiting to be turned to dust by the mother of all chakra. Floating comfortably above her victims, the goddess expects to see everyone, including the arrogant Saiyan, kissing the jagged dirt. The two executioners hit the deck, but they don't flatten out. Surviving Vegeta's lethal training room actually built up their physical tolerance. Flaunting their new Saiyan hardware, the girls push through the pain. This dimension is basically just a secondary gym for them now. The rabbit goddess literally blinks in confusion. Mortals aren't supposed to stand up here. Her cosmic ego takes its first massive hit. But the real disrespect is coming from the prince. He doesn't even flare his aura. He just takes a casual stroll through hell.
What is this, maybe 300G? I guess it's a decent little warm-up before I hijack your portal, rabbit.
Calling her ultimate technique a decent warm-up is the ultimate violation. The goddess is officially triggered beyond all logical reasoning. To pour salt on the wound, Vegeta decides it's the perfect time to get a quick workout in. He drops to the floor. Bro literally starts doing one-finger push-ups in a hypergravity dimension. It's an absolute masterpiece of dark comedy and psychological warfare. Her brain completely breaks. She dragged him here to crush his bones, but she just gave him a free personal training session. Throwing her dignity out the window, she goes straight for the instant kill technique. One touch of those bones means permanent disintegration. She fires the ash bones point blank. It's an unavoidable, lethal strike designed to turn the arrogant prince into a pile of dust. But the bones hit nothing but dirt. Training under high gravity means his speed just exponentially multiplied. He vanishes instantly. The ultimate sensory eyes are completely useless. For the first time in millennia, the mother of chakra is flying completely blind. He appears right above her blind spot. The hunter has officially become the prey, and the execution is about to begin. He drops her like a sack of bricks. The legendary mother of chakra just got violently introduced to basic Saiyan physical education. She crashes incredibly hard into her own torture chamber. The untouchable goddess is officially eating the dirt. But he isn't done. Vegeta decides this dark, gloomy room is completely depressing, so he prepares to forcefully renovate reality itself. He throws a punch straight into thin air. He is literally trying to beat up the concept of spacetime with pure muscle. And it actually works. The sheer, overwhelming density of his ki completely shatters Kaguya's dimension like a cheap glass window. The dimension entirely collapses under the physical pressure, violently vomiting everyone back into the real world. Class is back in session. They crash back onto Earth. By breaking her ultimate trap with raw muscle, Vegeta forces the goddess to fight a fair, completely unwinnable physical battle. Ripped out of her own pocket dimension, the so-called goddess eats dirt right back under the scorching midday sun. Her absolute reality was just shattered by raw, unfiltered muscle. The rabbit goddess is completely losing her mind. Meanwhile, the prince lands like he just finished a light morning jog. He completely controls the pacing of this entire battlefield. He doesn't even draw a weapon. A simple snap of his fingers signals that it is time to establish the new hierarchy. Manipulating the terrain with pure energy, Vegeta builds himself a literal throne right in the middle of a war zone. He takes a seat. To him, the mother of all chakra is not an opponent, she is just the final exam for his students. The two executioners step up. They have completely survived the warm-up, and now they are ready for their graduation. The prince stares them down. There is no coddling in Saiyan training. You either produce results, or you are completely worthless.
This is your final exam. Kill her, or I will kill both of you myself.
Motivated by pure fear of their master, the girls unleash everything. They are officially off the leash. They blitz the rabbit goddess at supersonic speeds. This isn't a ninja battle anymore, this is a pure, unadulterated Saiyan beatdown. The ultimate eyes of the Otsutsuki are struggling. The sheer kinetic acceleration of ki completely breaks all rules of standard chakra movement. Hinata strikes first. Her gentle fist is no longer defensive, it is a hyperlethal, armor-piercing kinetic cannon. The goddess barely dodges. She is genuinely sweating. A single direct hit from that density could shatter her divine internal organs. They give her absolutely no room to breathe. Temari takes the high ground, loading her fan with a devastating, ki-infused wind scythe. She swings down with lethal intent. The pressure is so immense it literally slices the ground open before it even connects. She weaves through it, but she can't escape the blast radius. The untouchable deity is officially bleeding. The tag team synergy is absolutely flawless. Kaguya is trapped in a blender of pure martial arts and overwhelming kinetic force. The peanut gallery is entirely stunned. They are watching two girls they once called weak completely humiliate the creator of their world. The prince simply watches from his throne. To him, the apocalypse is nothing more than a midterm evaluation for his students. Pushed to the absolute brink, the goddess gets desperate. If she can't win a fair fight, she is perfectly willing to stab them in the back. She discreetly rips open a microportal. It is a completely cowardly, underhanded tactic meant to instantly execute the sand ninja. The trap opens right in Temari's blind spot. She is completely focused on the front, entirely unaware of the lethal danger behind her. The ash bone is primed. One touch and the executioner turns to dust. The goddess thinks she has secured a cheap victory. But nothing escapes the prince. His eye twitches. He absolutely despises cowards who try to cheat on his exams. He fires a casual fingertip blast. It crosses the crater instantly, totally bypassing the ongoing fight. The cheat code is completely denied. The beam shatters the weapon and forcefully slams the back door shut. Kaguya barely registers the failure before the prince materializes right in her face. The examiner is officially stepping in. He literally slaps her. The absolute peak of physical disrespect delivered straight to the mother of all chakra.
I said it is a fair fight! No cheating in my classroom, you pathetic rabbit!
Did Vegeta really just backhand the final boss of Naruto for cheating on a pop quiz? Drop a respect in the comments for the fairest teacher in the multiverse.
The rabbit goddess touches her cheek. Being used as a literal punching bag to train mortal teenagers has completely broken her divine psyche. She completely loses her mind. All that cold, majestic superiority evaporates, replaced by the pure, unhinged wrath of a cornered beast.
I am the mother of all Chakra! I will not be a training tool for you disgusting, arrogant insects!
Abandoning her physical form, she violently fuses with the planet itself. If she can't beat them, she is going to drain the whole world. The ground instantly starts to violently shake. An absolute catastrophic level of chakra is rapidly surging up from deep within the Earth's core. The audience is completely paralyzed again. The sheer scale of this attack makes all their ninja wars look like a literal playground fight. Boom! The god tree awakens. Thousands of massive roots violently erupt from the crust, turning the entire zone into a deadly wooden meat grinder. These aren't just normal roots. They are hyperlethal, sentient spears designed to instantly hunt down and drain every single drop of chakra. The sky goes completely dark. The mother of chakra turns the entire battlefield into a massive, inescapable death trap. But the prince is absolutely unbothered. He just stands up with his hands in his pockets as his chair gets pulverized. To him, this isn't a deadly attack. It's just a light agility drill. He dodges the massive trunks without even taking his hands out of his pockets. Bro is actually yawning. He is so utterly bored by this so-called divine wrath that he can barely keep his eyes open. But his students are not having a good time. The intense gravity training and the relentless fight have finally drained their tanks. Hinata's aura starts flickering. She pushed way past her absolute limits, and now her body is totally shutting down. Temari can't even lift her fan. They are completely out of gas, stranded right in the middle of a literal death zone. Kaguya senses their weakness. Like a ruthless predator, the god tree violently erupts right under their feet. They are caught instantly. The roots wrap around them like massive pythons, completely locking down their movement. Ripped high into the air, the two executioners are suddenly totally helpless, strung up like absolute trophies. The tree doesn't just crush, it feeds. It immediately starts draining every single drop of their remaining life force. The drain is way too fast. Hinata coughs up blood, completely fading out. They are literally seconds away from a brutal death. Vegeta stops playing around. He looks over and sees his newly forged masterpieces being treated like utter trash. The smirk is gone. Kaguya just crossed the absolute worst line in the multiverse. You do not touch what belongs to a Saiyan prince. The comedy hour is officially over. A cold, absolute death sentence is passed without a single word being spoken. A thick, dark killing intent physically bleeds into the atmosphere. The pressure is so heavy it's literally hard to look at. Just the raw anger alone defies gravity. The planet itself is starting to reject his overwhelming presence.
You dare trample on my masterpieces? You're going to suffer for that!
He clenches his fists. The prince is finally about to unleash the legendary form that made gods tremble. He roars, and the entire atmosphere shatters. The sleeping dragon is fully awake, and Kaguya is completely out of time. The prince has completely had enough. Tapping into the absolute depths of his Saiyan pride, he prepares to unleash a legendary nightmare. The sleeping dragon is fully awake. A colossal pillar of golden light violently pierces the dark, suffocating canopy of the god tree. He ascends past the limits of normal power. The legendary Super Saiyan form officially enters the ninja world. But he doesn't stop there. Blue lightning violently surges around him. He officially locks into Super Saiyan 2. Just his mere breathing creates a localized hurricane. The raw pressure is absolutely suffocating to anyone without Saiyan blood. The elite shinobi are blown away like cheap leaves. They are completely unable to even stand in the presence of this godlike transformation. The ultimate parasitic tree tries to feed on him, but its roots are instantly incinerated. His energy is far too dense to be absorbed. The rabbit goddess finally feels it. True, paralyzing fear. She realizes she just picked a fight with the apex predator of the multiverse. His eyes lock onto his captured disciples. The time for tests is over, it is time for a rescue mission. He blasts off at literal light speed. The prince doesn't just fly, he forcefully tears through the atmosphere. Moving way too fast for the Byakugan to track, he becomes a literal golden blur of absolute destruction. The girls are seconds away from death. The parasitic tree is greedily devouring the last remnants of their Saiyan ki. He cuts through the ultimate defense like a hot knife through butter. The god tree is completely powerless to stop him. The severed branches don't just fall, they are instantly vaporized into ash by the sheer ambient heat of his aura. He catches his masterpieces. The brutal, unforgiving mentor perfectly secures his students before they hit the ground. Touching down safely, he gently sets them down. But they are completely drained and hovering right on death's door. He doesn't need medical ninjutsu. He forcefully pumps his own pure, overwhelming life force directly into their veins. The Saiyan energy acts like absolute adrenaline. They snap back to reality, fully healed and deeply confused. Without waiting for a thank you, he turns his back. The rescue is over, now comes the absolute execution.
Just rest, girls. I am going to pull the engine right out of this pathetic rabbit.
He launches like a golden nuke. Kaguya is officially out of time, out of tricks, and completely out of her depth. The goddess panics entirely. She spams her dimensional portals, hoping to redirect his trajectory into the void. But he doesn't dodge. He just flies straight through them. The physical density of his ki completely overpowers her spatial magic. As a final resort, she fires a desperate barrage of ash bones. But against a Super Saiyan 2, they are basically toothpicks. He literally swats them away like annoying flies. The ultimate execution technique is completely denied. He arrives. The mother of Chakra looks directly into the eyes of a true god of destruction. He doesn't blast her. He drives his fist straight through her chest, aiming directly for the absolute source of her power. He rips the engine right out. The god tree seed, the literal origin of all chakra on earth, is now in his hands. Without the seed, the illusion shatters. The immortal goddess instantly withers into a frail, powerless old hag. The queen is dead. Vegeta holds the heart of the ninja world in his palm, securing the ultimate, undisputed victory. The threat is completely neutralized. Vegeta powers down to his base form, his terrifying golden aura vanishing into the quiet morning air. He isn't going to let her die just yet. A tiny spark of Saiyan ki is forcefully injected to keep her pathetic heart beating. The rabbit goddess wakes up. Stripped of her immortal seed, she is nothing more than a frail, terrified old woman clinging to life. Grabbing her by the throat, the prince makes his final demand. She is no longer an enemy, just a completely broken, highly useful tool. He orders her to open the gates. He needs a massive multidimensional beacon, and she is going to provide the exact frequency. Terrified for her life, she obeys. Her ultimate eye, once used to enslave humanity, is now just a cheap flashlight for his escape plan. The sky begins to shatter. Dozens of small, unstable dimensional rifts violently tear through the atmosphere like broken glass. Hundreds of gates open simultaneously. It creates a massive, chaotic spatial anomaly, blasting a unique energy signature across the entire multiverse. Vegeta looks up at his masterpiece. The ultimate ninja deity has been successfully reduced to a living, breathing distress beacon. The signal is broadcasted. A massive pulse of unique multidimensional energy shoots out, echoing through the infinite dark void of space. Meanwhile, light years away in the 7th universe, a highly advanced search vessel is tirelessly scanning the absolute edges of reality. The genius scientist of Earth has been searching non-stop. She knows her stubborn Saiyan husband wouldn't just completely disappear without a fight. Suddenly, the radar goes absolutely crazy. It picks up a massive, completely unnatural spatial anomaly radiating a very familiar, highly aggressive energy. Her stress vanishes instantly. The genius billionaire knows exactly what that arrogant energy signature means. The search is finally over.
I finally caught your signal, you absolute idiot! Hold on, I'm coming to get you!
She locks in the exact coordinates. The Capsule Corporation technology is about to forcefully breach the absolute boundaries of the multiverse. The engines hit critical mass. The ship prepares to execute a blind jump straight into a completely unknown, hostile reality. The ship blasts forward. It violently tears a hole in the fabric of their universe, creating a direct, high-speed tunnel straight to the ninja world. In a single flash of light, the rescue vessel completely disappears from Universe 7, hurtling through the chaotic void between dimensions. Back on Earth, the sky violently reacts. The hundreds of small portals merge into one massive, highly unstable multidimensional gateway. The dimensional wall completely shatters. The advanced alien technology forcefully breaches the primitive ninja atmosphere with absolute authority. The spaceship breaks through. It is a completely alien, highly advanced sight that absolutely shatters the minds of the observing shinobi. The sleek vessel hovers effortlessly over the battlefield. The rescue mission has perfectly locked onto the arrogant prince's exact coordinates. The ramp lowers. The ninja world is about to officially meet the royal family of the universe's most terrifying warrior race. Young Trunks pops out first. The terrifying god of destruction is instantly grounded by the innocent wave of his energetic son.
Are you quite done playing with aliens? Get your arrogant butt in the ship, Vegeta!
The cold, ruthless tyrant vanishes. Seeing his loud, incredibly demanding wife and his son instantly brings out the hidden humanity in the prince. He drops the rabbit goddess into the dirt like a discarded wrapper. He has absolutely no more use for this broken tool. Turning his back on the apocalypse he caused, Vegeta walks toward the ship. The dimensional heist is officially a total, flawless success. Pausing on the ramp, the prince looks at the ultimate prize. The very origin of magic in this primitive world. Anyone else would consume it to become a god. But a true Saiyan absolutely despises borrowed power. He makes a brutal choice. He doesn't just want to leave this world, he wants to entirely rewrite its genetic code. He crushes it. Without a single second of hesitation, he completely destroys the root of all ninjutsu. The core shatters. A terrifying, beautiful wave of pure reset energy explodes outward from his palm. The shockwave doesn't destroy buildings or trees. It is a spiritual EMP, designed to permanently erase a specific energy. It washes over the elite shinobi. In an instant, every single drop of chakra in their veins is completely incinerated. The butterfly effect goes global. The Saiyan just permanently severed humanity's connection to the God Tree. The prodigy desperately tries to activate his Byakugan. He pushes, he strains, but the well is completely dry. The veins fade. The legendary all-seeing eye is gone forever. He is officially just a guy with pale eyes. The Kazekage commands the earth, but it doesn't answer. His absolute defense is now just a pile of useless dirt. The harsh reality sets in. The era of ninja magic, elemental jutsus, and fancy hand signs is permanently over. The proud patriarch collapses. Without his borrowed power, he is nothing more than a fragile old man in robes. It is the ultimate equalizer. The Great Reset has successfully brought everyone down to the exact same baseline. Everyone, except for the prince and his chosen successors. He slowly turns around to address his masterpieces. Vegeta looks down. He sees two warriors who completely abandoned magic to embrace the grueling, brutal path of the Saiyan. They kneel before their master. The only two beings on Earth who still possess supernatural strength, forged purely from their own blood and sweat.
From now on, if you want to be strong, use your own fists. I leave this pathetic world to you two.
They look up, their eyes burning with undeniable authority. The timid heiress and the arrogant princess are officially the apex predators. The prince walks away. His brutal, unapologetic vacation in the ninja world has finally come to an end. The advanced vessel blasts off, completely ignoring the primitive laws of aerodynamics as it tears through the sky. And just like that, he is gone. The god of destruction returns to his own universe, leaving behind a permanently altered reality. As the sun sets on the old world, the reality of the new era brutally settles in for the survivors. The former Kages and clan leaders are nothing but fragile men now, slowly limping away in the shadows of their lost glory. But in the foreground, the new queens rise. They are the absolute peak of the food chain, burning with unstoppable physical power. The era of hand signs and illusions is dead. If anyone wants to challenge them now, they better know how to throw a punch. Welcome to the new reality. The age of taijutsu and ki has officially begun, and mercy is no longer on the menu.
Bro, are you kidding me? Chakra is literally deleted? Vegeta just reset the entire Naruto universe to hand the crown to Hinata and Temari. That ending was absolutely insane. If you guys want me to cover another crazy what-if series, spam the comments down below, and don't forget to drop a tip in the PayPal to support the channel. Peace out, GalickVerse.